at the time of year where pumpkin recipes are high on your request list, and because I always listen to my viewers, this week we are making a baked cheesecake with a pecan praline sauce. It is so big and bold, you guys are gonna love it. So let's get baking. We're gonna start out by making the base for our cheesecake, which involves cookie crumbs. So I crumbed graham crackers, but you can use digestive biscuits or whatever cookies you like in baked cheesecakes. In a bowl, melt your butter and then add in your cookie crumbs and then simply stir together. I think the cookie base is sometimes my favorite part of pies and cheesecake. I bake my cheesecake in spring-form tins, and I want to show you a little trick about how to use them well. You take the base of your tin and you flip it over, so then when you build your cheesecake on here, it will come sliding right off and there's no ridges to stop it. And then just simply snap it on that way. It's perfect. I've shown you how to do this before in peanut butter and chocolate cheesecake, and if you love cheesecake, I recommend you check out that video. Before we put in the cookies, I like to butter the tin. Now just pour in your cookies, and then simply get in there with your hands and push it into the tin. Using your hands is also a good way to know if it's level. This looks perfect. We're gonna pop it in the fridge and get started on our pumpkin cheesecake filling. To make baked cheesecakes, it's really easy. All you need to do is to beat all of your ingredients together, and that's it. For our filling, in a stand mixer or a hand mixer, we're gonna beat our room temperature cream cheese. It's important to beat the cream cheese on its own first because you wanna make sure there's no lumps before you add in the rest of the ingredients. The cream cheese has been beating for around 4 minutes, so it's nice and soft, so now we can go ahead in and add the rest of our ingredients. Turn the machine back on to medium speed and we're slowly going to add in our eggs. Add your beaten eggs in slowly, bit by bit, and then follow by your sugar. Go in with your spatula, scrape around the bowl to make sure there's no lumps of cream cheese anywhere hiding out. Now we're going to add in our pumpkin puree, our pumpkin pie spice, and vanilla. I love using pumpkin pie spice around the holidays, but I know in a lot of countries you actually can't find it, Ireland included. So I'm going to put a recipe in the description box below of how you can make your own. And if you don't want to make your own, you can always use cinnamon. We're going to turn the machine back on to medium speed and let these beat together until you start to see it thicken. That's how easy baked cheesecakes are. All you have to do is beat all the ingredients together. So it's been beating for around 3 or 4 minutes. You can see it's nice and thickened. And that's exactly the way you want it. And I'm going to taste it to make sure it's delicious. Oh yeah, it's delicious. It tastes just like pumpkin pie, but with cheesecake. Pour your lovely cheesecake filling into your prepared tin. Something I like to do with cheesecakes before I bake them is put tin foil around the bottom of the pan. This is just in case anything spills out. Now I know what you're thinking, that this looks like a giant cheesecake and it might overflow, but don't worry, it won't. It'll stay the exact same through the whole cooking time. Bake your cheesecake at 425 degrees for the first 15 minutes and then turn it down to 350 for the remaining time. While my cheesecake is baking, I'm going to make my pecan praline sauce for the top. In a heavy bottom saucepan, we're going to add in our butter, brown sugar, cream, and pecans. And we're going to heat it on a low heat until the sugar and butter is dissolved. And then we're going to turn it up and simmer on low for 5 minutes. I also like to add a pinch of salt to bring out the rest of the flavors in the ingredients. I really like this sauce because you can put it on ice cream, you can put it on bread pudding. It's a really good staple to have in your fridge, especially around the holidays. Our sauce has been simmering for 5 minutes. It's thickened, it smells gorgeous. We're going to turn it off the heat, set it aside to cool down a little bit, and we're going to wait for our cheesecake to be done. The recipe and measurements for my videos can always be found in the description box below. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, and don't forget to subscribe. Our timer's gone off, so let's check on our cheesecake. Ta-da! Big giant pumpkin cheesecake. And as you can see, it's a little bit jiggly, and that's what you want. You never want it to be stiff, you want it to be just like this. Because when it cools, it sets, and it's beautiful, perfect, creamy texture inside. We're going to set this guy aside. It's going to sink a little bit. It's best to put it in the fridge for a few hours because it makes for much better eating. Now let's decorate our cake so we can eat our cake. I made this cake yesterday, so it had time to set overnight. Now generously pour over your pecan praline sauce. Spread it around so you can get bits of pecans in every bite. And then pipe whipped cream around the edges. I think it's a really good idea to serve whipped cream with cheesecake because sometimes it can be a whole lot of cake, so you need something creamy to kind of cut that. This cheesecake looks gorgeous. Now we're going to put the finishing touch of some toasted pecans on top. What I love about this dessert is that it's all the flavors of fall, but in not just a pie or a tart. So it's big and bold. This cheesecake is a really soft cheesecake and it's not very dense. So with the praline and the cream, it's just gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. I really hope you enjoyed my first pumpkin recipe of the fall. There's loads more to come. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you back here again next Thursday for more bigger, bolder baking.